studio's JuLIVE TV show.
That's right, so it's the JuLIVE TV show, which is a little bit different than our normal TV shows because it's a mix of all the live events we had on during JuLIVE.
That was us returning to live events after the lockdowns and welcoming people back to the studio and artists, and we had a huge array of artists working with us and it was absolutely fantastic. So we wanted to share some of those highlights with you.
And not only that, you might see that we're stood in front of something pretty spectacular here, and that is our serial culture exhibition that was over at Culture HQ and is now here in the studio.
So yeah, so people can see that. Usually on a Wednesday or a Sunday is a good bet, 4 till 6, but it'll be up until our next exhibition, which starts in September, which is called Art Space, that you can get involved with because it's open to anybody.
So Louise, what was the first event we had in JuLIVE?
The first event was Eithne Brown and Friends, and it was our launch, and we've wanted to get Eithne Brown and her friends in the building for a long time. She's done lots of work for us, announcing stuff and, you know, emceeing events, but never her real show. So we wanted to make sure that that was one of the first things we did, and luckily she agreed. So it was Eithne Brown, and her friends were local singer-songwriter Jenny Colquitt, and Jamie Clark and Joe Smithson, who were fantastic doing their music, but also there were scenes and sketches and bits out of plays and poetry, everything you can want, just getting us all back in the mood for watching live performance.
I've been asked to come back to the studio to see me mates because they're doing a thing that they've invented called JuLIVE. Who knows? Don't ask. Anyway, I just come where the money, I just come where I'm asked, where I'm needed, you know. So anyway, we've got some people here with us that are doing the first event of JuLIVE, and I'm just so pleased to be here. Do you want to introduce yourselves to all my fans out there? You first here.
Hi everybody, thanks Maureen for asking us here. My name's Eithne Brown. I work at Brookside, I've worked at the local theatre. I'm quite well known in certain places and pubs and what have you, and I'm really very, very happy to be here this evening to entertain everybody who's coming. May I introduce one of my closest friends as well, Jamie Clark.
Oh hi, yeah, I'm Jamie Clark. I've worked with her quite a few times, and the lovely Jenny Colquitt as well. So we've done a few gigs together, and was very pleased to be asked back to perform with these guys and bring Joe along as well. Yeah, we're very happy to be here.
Oh lovely, well that's about the interview, John, because they've stolen all my questions now, money messing. So how does it feel collectively to be here for the first event? Well, it's not outside, no, because we haven't got the licence for that. It's inside, we're doing it all distanced and all that, it's only 50 people. Anyway, you still need to worry about that. But how do you feel about that, being here? Isn't it wonderful, is it?
I'm absolutely thrilled to be back at the studio. I always like visiting here.
Oh, hang on.
I do lots of things.
John, I'm not ready to be picked up yet. No, I thought you were coming in the jack, darling. Oh dear, it's all right. Yeah, I'm talking to these. I know they're new to showbiz. Don't worry. See you later, darling. Get the chips on. Sorry about that.
As I was saying, thank you. I'm really, really happy to be back here in the studio. I always like to visit here, and it's really nice. We've sung together at various places before, but this is our first time back in almost nearly 2 years, so it's very emotional for us, and it's wonderful to hear our voices together again. Thank you for asking us, Mum.
Oh, it's no problem. Anything to add, anyone? What do you think?
Yeah, just what an amazing place to be, the studio. I mean, I grew up in Widnes, so I'm
Someone had to.
Widnes Vikings girl. So
yeah.
You'll know me from like the Welly pub. Where else? The Mill Brow.
All the pubs, I think.
You'll know me from all of the classy pubs around here.
Clubs and pubs.
Have you been thrown out of all of them? Yeah?
All, absolutely everything.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen tonight. Don't worry, Jenny, darling.
But yeah, thanks so much for having us.
You're so welcome, and you say you're not local, are you?
No, but I've spent a lot of time in Widnes over the years, you know.
Did you?
Yeah,
never
been
mind,
to and fro.
You ever been, Joe?
This is my first time in
What do you
Widnes.
think of it, Joe?
Loving it so far.
Well, that's all we can ask for, isn't it? So we're going to have some music, some poems, some little characters and stuff like that tonight.
Everything tonight. We're going to give you the lot.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant. So if you're not here, tough cheese, isn't it? Is it tough cheese or is it hard cheese? Tough or hard? Anyway, you probably find these lot on Spotify, just like you can the More in Common. song, you know, well, it was named after me, but it wasn't, it came before me. But anyway, enjoy everybody, come and see JuLIVE. Bye everybody, wait, bye.
Off with Eithne Brown and Friends turning up, which was a great night. Song and theatre and monologues, it was really good. The highlight for me was probably Jenny playing Blue Boy, that's Jenny Colquitt. There's something really magical about that song.
We are cruel without love. We are going on our way to a little home in Hollywood, LA. And you and I are only little for today. One day you'll be blue boy to stay. So run, blue boy, run. Let me know where we have fun. Leave our party, just get on our way.
An overwhelming sense of fear that the end is coming hasty because we keep consuming and the meat is just too tasty. What am I supposed to do? There's too much damage done, so many hearts to build back up, and I am only one. It seems too much to comprehend. I can't possibly do it all. If I care here, I must care there. I can't spread myself, I'm too small. Can't the people see it? Is everybody blind to the fact that the earth is dying? That we'll all be left behind? I want to tell them we're a team, that we're all in this together, to find a way to rise above, to literally change the weather.
I'm sitting there all the time like that, Jandon. And there's one of the young ones looking after everybody there. Jesus Christ, the fright I got when I first saw her. I thought she'd been smacked in the mouth. Face went down. She looks like she's about to run at the 2:15 in Kempton. Honest to God. I mean, she's a nice girl, don't get me wrong, but oh Christ, the shock I got from her.
Well, next up there was Madagascar, which was brought to the studio by Andrew Curphey Theatre Company, and it was fantastic. We love the way that Andrew works with his company, and it was really brilliant to see the stage and the floor being used, and again welcoming audiences back into seeing theatre at the studio.
Now we have had our little roving reporter all throughout JuLIVE, Maureen Common.
That's right, Maureen was ever so kind to give up her time, and also this time she was joined by Norris Green, who was also a novice at being a reporter but took to it like a parrot to a tree. Let's have a look at their work.
Yes, so Norris and Maureen met the cast of Madagascar and also collected a little rhyme for us. Let's have a little look at rhyme time too.
Here we are for JuLIVE with Maureen Common, and I've got a little sidekick today, and it's not a screen. I think you'll know him from Tambourine Tots and Co, and the Co is Jane.
Hello
and
everyone.
Colette. You'll see more from Colette a little bit later, but who have we got waving at the end there? We've got Andrew Starlight Express Curphey. I called you that, Andrew, because I once saw you when you was a little whipper now, what's it? A nipper? Whipper? A nipper. No, whipper's something else, isn't it? No, he wasn't a whipper, he was a nipper. And he was singing Starlight Express and he was really giving it some welly. So from then on I have to call you Andrew Starlight Express. You can have that. Thanks very much. Very generous, don't worry. It's all free between artists. Now, I wanted to make you feel comfortable because I know you've got a show coming up.
Yeah.
And so I've got my backstage attire on. Right. It's not because I couldn't be bothered getting dressed, nothing. It's to make you feel comfortable, not me. So how are you doing, Norris? You doing good? You've hurt your foot, haven't you? Oh, that's a shame, but I like the way you've done your hair to look like me. We're not related. It's, get away. Anyway,
behave.
so we've got some questions from Norris to ask Andrew Starlight Express. Curphey and our John circling again. Every time I try to film Andrew, our
up
John,
there.
he comes over. I know, yeah. It's terrible. Oh, fame. Any road up. Be loud, all right, Norris. So, what's your first question for Andrew Starlight Express, Curphey? Right, so what he was saying was, what's your show that's on at the studio, Andrew Starlight Express, Curphey?
It's called Madagascar Junior. Yes, and it's my musical theatre class, and they have been working on this show for 21 months.
Oh,
Yay! Because of the pandemic. So.
Is it, or is it, are they no good?
Oh no, they're amazing. They've rehearsed on Zoom, they've rehearsed in bubbles,
Oh,
they've
sounds
rehearsed on
lovely.
their own,
Oh,
and here we are.
oh, you made up?
Made up.
Oh, it's made up. What else? Another question, follow-up question. He said, there's a fella doing a sound check there, is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So have you got lots of equipment in the show there, Andrew
Lots.
Starlight Express Curphey?
Nice segue. Lots of equipment in the show. We've got 19 microphones.
Ooh.
We've got big speakers.
Ooh.
We've got Dancing Debbie.
Oh,
That's
I
Dancing
think I
Debbie.
know her from the circuit, the working man's circuit. Is that right? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we've been round the block, haven't we? Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
So, a final question for Andrew Starlight Express Curphey then. He was saying, what's your favourite character in the show, Andrew Starlight Express Curphey?
Favourite character in the show? I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I can pick one. Because at each stage of the show I think, if I was to be in it, I'd be that character. And then I'd want to be, I think King Julian, everybody knows King Julian from the film Madagascar.
Yeah.
So he's, well, to be honest, every single kid makes their character stand out.
Oh, lovely,
Sitting
yeah.
on the fence, sitting on the fence.
Some for different reasons than others, I'm sure.
Hey?
But anyway, what's that little song that he does?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to
Move it. Oh, that's great. Oh, we've got the license for that anyway.
I
So,
have.
I would say Andrew Starlight Express Care if you've got any complaints. So, are you happy with those questions there, Norris?
I'm happy with those questions. Thank you so much, Norris.
Well, brilliant. I hope you've enjoyed working with professionals and animals, and now you're going to work with...
What do they say? Don't work with kids and animals.
Well, that's right. You're doing the lot.
I am.
So have a great show. We're going to have in a minute a little rhyme from our Colette, so we'll all enjoy that. Oh, but thanks for tuning in and thanks for talking to us, Andrew Curphey. Oh, Andrew Starlight Express Curphey. Bye for now.
Bye. Madagascar. Can you walk there? No. If you get a plane, it's a lot faster. I went. I met Alex the lion. He was big and roaring. He had lots of fans adoring. But sometimes he could be a little bit boring. Gloria, the hippo. She was great and a really good mate. And when she walked past Melman, he would get in a state. Oh, Melman, the giraffe. I can't say he was a good laugh. He always thought he was ill, always taking another pill. But he loved Gloria. Now Marty, the zebra, is so cool. He dances funky like that crazy monkey, always acting like a fool. King Julian, the lemur, he is everyone's friend. He likes to move it, and brings the penguins to defend all his pals he met in Madagascar. Madagascar, it's quicker. If you get a plane, it's faster.
So next up was Words Alive, and this was again another kind of mix of things, and we had Eithne Brown and Jamie Clark back. In fact, they begged us to return and took part in some of the monologues that we showed on that night. So Words Alive had monologues from our studio actors, ones they'd written and performed, and you were part of that as well, Meg, weren't you?
That's right, yeah. So A couple of us from the studio actors, we did monologues that were each other's. We swapped them around, and a few of us did the Fortuna Female Society ones too.
Well, that's right. What we wanted to do is have the opportunity for people to hear their words performed, but without having the stress of having to perform them yourself and think, oh, I've got to remember them, and oh, I've written a really good bit and I've missed it out. So someone else had that stress, but no stress here, obviously. As well as the studio actors, which were all fantastic, and the writing was amazing, such a high standard. We had 5 professional actors working on the Fortuna Female Society My Side monologues. So they were Eithne Brown, Jamie Clark, Kate Crossley, Alicia Ford, and Pegeen Murphy. And Pegeen and also Dawn Buchanan worked on mentoring the writers to make sure that they had exactly what they wanted before they handed it over to the actors. But it was a short period of time, just a week. The actors probably had it for 5 days, and I think, as you'll see, it was absolutely fantastic and such a well-received project. But that wasn't the end to the night, was it, Bev?
It wasn't, no. We also had a little live performance, almost you could say pantomime performance.
It has been said.
It has been said. Of the Waifs and Strays radio play written by the studio writing group.
Absolutely, it's really a great opportunity for people to combine and collaborate. So the writers wrote their episode after listening to some of the episodes that had been before and meeting with the actors that perform them and talking about all the different things that those characters get up to. And they created this new episode for us, and it was fantastic to do it in front of a live audience. We had some sound effects as well, which I enjoyed taking part in. But we are recording that as well, so you will get the full version, the audio version, for your delight. So we're going to kick off with some monologues that have been written by the studio actors and performed by other studio actors.
Sorry, we called, but we were not in. Please phone our head office to arrange a... Were they hanging? I've been in all bloody day! Oh, I'm not going into town now. I can't be bothered. I'm not going out that bloody rain. Oh, look out. There she goes. Go on. Check the handle again. Just to make sure. Oh. She's with one of their new friends.
No. Oops. Maybe. No. Too fat, too bald, too shifty looking, too tall, too short. Why do you think a picture of him holding a fish would somehow sweeten up my feet? I thought you were a bit of a tosser, but now I've seen you with that car. Oh, I'm Smith. Oh, a man with his top off. A man with his top off stood next to his car. A man with his top off stood next to his car, holding a fish. I've been 18 months, 6 days and 15 hours I've been single.
Dare me to say hello to random people. Say hello to Postman. Go on, ask him how his day is. Ask him if his leg's any better. You knew this was horrible for me. It took me a whole year to find one friend. Talking to people just isn't me. Now I think you will prepare me for a world without you. See, I don't want to be the guy who's always moaning about his dead best friend. You had a wife, you had a mum, you had a family who all loved you. Me, just a friend. You say when friends are dying, that hole appears, a U-shaped hole.
I walked in the church and there he was smiling and greeting me like a long-lost friend. He introduced me to the priest and he said, I know all about your situation and I'm going to help you out of it. Come on, follow me. He took me to a small office at the back of the church, asked me a few questions and started writing on a piece of paper. He then handed me another piece of paper and it was then that I noticed on it, it said, food bank voucher. I can't take this, I said. Surely there's people out there who deserve this more than me. No, he said. No, there isn't. I didn't know what to do. But it's okay.
Got to the beach and it was freezing, so I had a scarf pulled over my head. Now Polly went mad. Take it off, you look like a tramp. I was only trying to keep warm and there was no one around anyway. And I've not brought her up to worry about what other people think about her. Mother, take it off. You look like the Queen only dragged your hedge backwards. Well, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I started crying. And the look she gave me like she'd stepped in some dog dirt. Anyway, we drove home without a word and I couldn't say anything, I was too choked. Anyway, we got to the front gate and she turns to me and says, "Ma'am, I've already told my dad and this is what today was about. But I knew you'd be difficult and now it's ruined." I didn't have a clue what she was going on about. Why did Arthur know and hadn't told me?
Themselves to be inhabiting the wrong body. Trapped is a word I've heard used on more than one occasion. It has more consequences. To wonder is to ask oneself, bidding to ask oneself. The ripples run on forever. Maybe I've got it wrong in my rush to understand. I'm saying this as much as anything to display my own ignorance to myself. I mean, it's not a bad thing to become aware of, I say. Man, woman, the ripples run on forever. There's nothing more for it then. Today, I'm coming out as a human being.
We did the actors night out. That was a week later, so that was a good night as well. I performed monologues and other people performed like Richie and Colette and Keith and Meg, and it was a really great night. And for me the highlight was probably Meg's monologue that was performed by an actor who's from Widnes, who didn't even realise the studio was there. It's the first time at the studio, and she was incredible. It was a brilliant performance, and yeah, the highlight for me that night.
And he asked why I bought them. I remember saying, they were only 90p. We chased down them, and he made me another drink. And I headed onto the dance floor, which was beginning to fill up. Oh, I was taken by the lights. I could hear Ryan's header, "Take that money, watch it burn, singing a bit of the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, singing a bit of the lessons I learned. Singing a bit of colours and lights and flashes, and it's just spinning and dizzy and and there it is. My last fleeting memory before wondering where the bathroom was. And that's where everything goes black.
Hiya, just wanted to say a few words about the Words Alive project that I came to see in JuLIVE, which was, I thought, just really moving, really brave fundamentally, and just a real testament to the community that you have there and the safe space that you have, that people felt so free to try something that takes a lot of courage and a lot of trust, and I thought it was a beautiful, really, really beautiful moving event. And my mum also gave a monologue to be read about called A Good Death, about the passing of my granddad from my grandma's perspective, and I'm just very, very proud that she felt able and had a place, you know, where she could go and have such a project even be offered to her, and a chance to explore that. So I just thought it was a wonderful night, and also some of the other pieces involved were just exceptionally brave to have conveyed to an audience and given that story. So yeah, very glad I was there. Very beautiful moment, I think, and a real cathartic release.
I wrote a monologue with a professional writer, Peggy Murphy, and I absolutely loved it. And I found the process really interesting. And then we all came together at an event at the studio to watch everyone's monologues acted by professional actors. And the lady that did mine was Eithne Brown, and she did it to perfection, in my opinion. And the whole process was a joy. So I couldn't recommend it enough.
I don't suppose it mattered much by then. No, he liked it here. All his friends could visit too. I came every day. I think they should get rid of that parrot though, it's a bloody nosy thing. I feel relieved, you know. Is that awful? But he's not in any pain now. I wonder where he is. Do you think he can see us? If he can, he'll be saying, "You save him a biscuit, Paul." I can't remember if he believes in heaven. Why didn't we ever discuss that? Not sure if I do. It would just be nice to go to sleep and not feel any pain. I wonder if all our dogs are with him. Oh, he'll have a job remembering them all. Perhaps I should have given him a list. Oh. Wasn't it nice of them all to make us all the tea and coffee, eh? Your dad was always the one to put the kettle on, wasn't it? And if someone else suggested it, he'd always say, "Oh, it'll never fit." He never got tired of that joke, did he? Oh, he was a lovely man. I remember when we first met. Oh, he swept me off my feet at that dance. Well, not literally, he was no Len Goodman. Oh, yes. He was a lovely man.
Why should women have it rough just because we're up the duff? Oh, it was the most bizarre, liberating lunch hour I had ever had. As we marched around the city centre, demanding the government hear the call for pregnant women and mums to be heard. Once it was over, I headed back on the train for the school pickup. The train journey home was so surreal.
I opened the front door and stepped out. I was going to pick the kids up from school. A couple of neighbours were talking, smirking, making remarks. I wanted to say, "I know it's you." Months of anonymous accusations of neglect. They're all untrue, all unfounded. The social care said so. I had a heavy head. But then, those words came into my misty mind. Hold your head up high.
I'm sick of everyone telling me how proud they are of me for quitting drinking this year. Deep down, I know I should feel proud too, but right now, I've just had enough of it all. Happy New Year, and all the best for 2010. What have I got to look forward to? A year of hiding from everyone. Being lonely as hell. No thanks. Income packed. Who's this?
But the highlight for me had to be the performance by the studio actors who have been performing radio plays diligently on Zoom and whatever for months and months and months. They had the chance to perform on stage in front of an audience. And what a night that was. The radio play became the studio pantomime, and it was the funniest night I've had in a long time. Thoroughly enjoyed by all.